Hi, welcome to The Great Circle. I'm TJ, developer and creator of the game. I'm going to show you how to download and play The Great Circle. First thing you want to do is go to your Discord if you have joined the Discord. If you have not, look in the description of the video and join the Discord. Once you're inside the Discord, you want to go to the demos channel here on the left side. All the way at the top is the very most basic info, which tells you how to get the very latest version of the games. These would be the early access demos. You get that by joining the Patreon at this link here. It will open up to the Patreon page. This is a page where you can support the game at one of the priced tiers and you get access to the very latest versions of the game. If you want to try the game out for free, you can try our free demos. These are older versions of the game. They don't run as well, they don't have as many animals and as many mechanics, but they should work on your system. So it's a good way to kind of test it out and just see if it'll work on your system before you commit to joining the Patreon. In this case, I'm going to go to the free version. So what you do is you just follow this link. By the way, the early access in the Patreon will take you to a link similar to this. So here we have two older versions of the game. We have the oldest 1.5, and we also have 1.6 plus patch 1. So 1.6 is newer than 1.5. I always recommend getting the newest. We do keep the old one up to just kind of show where the game has progressed from. This was like one of the first builds that I released. But what you want to do is click whatever you want and hit download. This here lets you know that the file that you're trying to download is 5.5 gigs and it exceeds the maximum file size that Google can scan. They proactively scan files on Google Drive to make sure that nothing is, viruses or anything like that. But since this is such a big file, it's saying it's not going to scan it and you basically download it at your own risk. As the developer of this game, I can promise you this is no virus. So you go ahead and click download anyway. The download is going to ask you where you want to download it. This doesn't have to be installed, so you can download it on your C drive. You can download it on an external hard drive. If you want to put it on a flash drive, put it there. I recommend putting it wherever you have the fastest performing drive. That usually is going to be a solid state drive. So if you have an SSD, I recommend putting it there, but it'll run on a hard disk drive as well. So let's say I want to just go straight to my downloads folder. Okay, it's going to go ahead and download as per usual in Chrome. You can see it here. In this case, I'm going to cancel. I don't want you to cancel. I'm just letting you know because I've already downloaded. What you can see is it's a zipped folder. I did this to make sure that people don't download it in pieces because it has to have the whole thing to work. So I just zipped it up in one nice folder, nice and easy for you, and you can download it. Now, before I leave the window here, I just want to show you there's other options to download. What you want to do is click the specific version that you want, right click it and download the specific version. Don't go up here. Don't click this because this may want to download both of these and it may create a new zip folder with a piece of one in one or a piece of the other. That will break the game. Just click the one that you want and download that, and once it's down, you should have a zip folder. In my case, I have basically all the versions of the game, but let's say I downloaded this earlier, so this is one of the versions that I just downloaded from Google Drive. It's zipped, okay? This is the test build 1.6 plus patch 5. So what you want to do is unzip it. Now some computers, well most computers should have the extract all option here. If you don't have extracting capabilities, what you can do is download a free app online called 7-Zip. 7-Zip gives you the ability to zip and unzip and compress and uncompress files. So what you want to do is just extract here or just extract all. Either of these options should work fine. After you extract, you're going to get this. I've already done it, so I'm not going to go ahead and do it here. This is the same folder, unzipped. So you don't need this anymore. You can keep this to make other copies if you want to, but this is just, you can't play the game while it's zipped. Even if you can go into the folder, which I can. See how it lets me go in like that? It's not going to work if I try to run the file from within the zip folder. See that? It'll only work once you unzip it and you go into the newly unzipped folder. By the way, this is 5.5 gigs. And also the zip folder is 5.5 gigs. So just know that you're doubling your space when you extract it. That's basically making an uncompressed copy. So you may want to delete the zipped folder once you're done. You can always download the other another zip if you want to download the newer version of the game. Okay, so I'm inside the unzipped folder, and I'm going to just run the exe. This is the executable. That's what exe stands for. This is the game file. Now, I'm going to run it from within the folder, which means don't take it out of the folder. Don't try to move it around. Don't try to see if it works without these other folders, because it depends on these other folders here. This has the game engine and it has the content of the game in these folders. So this does not work without these two, which is why I zipped it up together and they're all sitting right next to each other when it unzips. Don't worry about this text file. This is for the engine. So you just double click this. And the game is starting up. Just give it a second, it's loading. But this is normal. If you see a black screen for a few seconds, that's okay. Some of you with faster systems may get it much faster, but it's just loading up this viewer discretion screen, and then it's going to load into the main menu of the game. And there we have it. Whatever's not available is going to be grayed out and you can't click it. Whatever is available, you can click it. And there you go. And if you're going for the early access with the newest animals, mechanics, and best performance, same process as before. You go into your Discord. What I did was I noted all the changes for every version. So up here, it links to the Patreon to get the newest version. It gives you a free option for those who want to test the game before they go to this version. And if you want to kind of keep track of what's changing, so we got 1.6 here. And these are the release notes for 1.6. And we have the link. We also have 1.6 plus patch 1. And then we have the link for that. Just so you know, plus patch 1, it's not just this doesn't mean that this is just a patch file or like a little smaller file that goes with your game. This is the entire game plus the patch 1 content. So just think of patches as additional content. So patch 1 is newer than the one that has no patch. Here I'd let you guys know that we started moving the newest stuff to Patreon, which is a way to fund the project and give you guys access to the newest stuff. We keep going. We've got the patch or 1.6 plus patch 2 content. Remember, this is newer than 1. It's not just 2. It has everything that had 1 in it, plus the newest stuff, newest fixes and everything. Here are some release notes. Here are the release notes for patch 3. Patch 4, and the current version right now is patch 5, because when we scroll down we can't go any further. When I come out with a newer version, I'm going to go down here and put the release notes for 1.6 plus patch 6, which has everything that patch 5 has, plus new content, new animals, new mechanics, fixes, and should be better performance. And this is what it's like when you follow the Patreon. You can go on here. Oh, I guess this is, let me show you what the public sees since I was logged in. I've got 2 tiers. Just to explain, the $3 tier here is just blanket access to the early access versions of the game. So everything here is newer than what you saw in the free version. The free version goes to patch 1. This here you will get basically all the major updates. So 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, whenever they come out. That's what this is for, $3. At $5, you're getting all the newest patches. So we're in the 1.6 right now, so 1.6 plus patch 1. That one's free right now. So 1.6 plus patch 2, plus patch 3, plus patch 4. These are considered minor updates because they're adding little things, adding one animal here or there, adding one mechanic here or there as we go. Whereas if you have the $3, then it's basically going to let you know every time a major version comes out. So when 1.6 came out, that was a major step up from 1.5. The next version would be 1.7. There are a bunch of patch updates in between, but by the time 1.7 hits the $3 tier, it will include all these patches that you may have been missing out on. So the $5 guys can see the same thing you can, plus when I add new minor content, which is the patches, whereas the $3 guys can see all the major updates. So the 1.7 will be the next major one, and then the 1.8. But if you get the $5, you're going to get all the in-between patch updates. So if I expand the map, which I'm always expanding the map, when I add little animals here and there, when I do whatever, you're going to get it first at the $5 mark. And I so appreciate that. All right. So that's that. Oh, and just so you can see, like, so for example, we click this. So I've got access to the $5 tier. Now, when they click this, what I did was just link directly to the download file or download zip folder. This pop-up screen shows automatically. It's just letting you know that you can't preview it because it's so big. Try downloading it instead. It's going to tell you that it can't scan it. So I'm going to go ahead and click download. So it's telling me Google Drive can't scan this file for viruses. The reason is because 5.5 gigabytes is too large for Google to scan. That's the same thing you saw in the free version. We click download anyway. And it starts to download. You just choose where you want to download it. Same thing. Choose where you want it. The best place to put it is on an SSD. Make sure you've got 5.5 gigs. The free ones actually are, the free 1.5 is 2.5 gigs, I think. And then it went to 5.5 every version after that. Eventually, I'm going to start to shave that back down. But right now, I don't know what content will definitely not be in the game. So I've got some extra stuff that's in there, even if you can't access it yet. But yeah, that's how you do it. And remember, once you download it, unzip it, go into the folder that is unzipped, and run the exe from inside the folder that you unzipped. Okay, and remember, if you don't have unzipping capabilities on your computer for whatever reason, download the free app called 7-Zip. You can just Google 7-Zip, and it will let you know it's a free app. You download that, install that, then you should see this option, and it gives you the same thing, the extract all. So you can do extract here, or it'll let you extract it to a specific place. But what it's doing is unzipping it for you. Go in, run it from inside the unzipped folder, and you're good to go. All right. Thanks so much for sitting through that. Take care.